Hey guys, Alka1993 here with Duel 51 for Dueling Network. In this duel I'm facing the theZfighter using Monster Mash. What Monster Mash means is a deck with only monsters. I think this would be a really interesting deck profile to see, so if you want to see it, request it and I'll do it later. But yeah, this is not one of my own builds. This was actually created by Dueling Network user IEatsYourSon. I dueled IEatsYourSon in DNTCS 2. He was my fourth opponent, and it was the three duels I had with him, so the whole match were very interesting. He won the first, I won the second, he just won the third. And in the end, he even won the tournament with Monster Mash, beating Insectors, Dino Rabbits, Chaos Dragons in the finals. That was really amazing how he did that, so go Monster Mash. I'm really liking this deck. There's a lot of cool combos in it, and it works quite well. So, and apparently it works very well for him. He's, of course, more used to combos and things you can do. I'm not that experienced with it yet, but he explained some of the combos, and I really liked it. Now, the reason I have it is not just because I just net decked it, but after I dueled him, I asked him to, if I could please have his deck list, because I really like the deck. So I really wanted to try it out myself and see how it works. I did change, I believe, one or two monsters, but that's really it because he made a really good build. Now here in the duel, it starts out with a bit of stalling, me just having Marshmallow on the field, him having swords, and him not being able to destroy me, and me not being able to summon really good monsters. So here I decided to discard DeFighter at the end because I have too many cards in my hand, so that when any light monster enters the grave, which I do with Effect Failure here, using it at the end of his main phase 1, his effect being negated doesn't really... No, that doesn't make any difference for him, but with Effect Failure in the grave, I can summon Chaos Sorcerer. Now, I'm afraid of his trap card, or something which is probably a trap card, so instead of attacking Cyber Dragon, I instead use Chaos Sorcerer's effect to banish it. So that way I don't have to attack, but Cyber Dragon still leaves the field. So that's a plus. It's his turn again, and he plays the Lightning Vortex, meaning you discard a card and all the opponent's face-up monsters are destroyed. So my full wall Marshmallow and my Chaos Sorcerer are both gone, which is annoying. But I do have a Lightning Dark in the grave again, so I can just summon the second Chaos Sorcerer. I'm thinking, you know, he probably has a trap to stop me, but I'm not going to summon Arcanite Magician to take care of them both, which I could do if I summon Effect Veil and then Synchro. I'm like, nah, I'll take the risk. Wasn't the best choice because now I get Magic Cylinder in the face and take 2300 damage here. I'm like, you know what, with Swords and Magic Cylinder, he probably has another card that can totally take me down. I'm like, I should have done this before, but I'm doing it now. So I normal summon Effect Veiler, Synchro it with Chaos Sorcerer into Arcanite Magician into defense mode, who gets 2 spell counters upon summoning, and by removing one spell counter I destroy one card the opponent controls, which is his other trap card, Sakuretsu Armor, which, when an opponent declares an attack, you can activate it and the attacking monster is destroyed. Meaning it was indeed a good choice to use Chaos Sorcerer's effect to take care of Cyber Dragon, because otherwise it would have been destroyed. Arcanite Magician has 1800 defense, 1400 attack, because it also gets 1000 attack boost for every spell counter that it has. But here I just decide to use its spell counter to take care of one of his traps, or cards that are probably traps, and then I'm like, yeah, I actually want to start attacking again. So I summon my final Effect Failure because he doesn't seem to have that many monsters. I'm like, I can take care of him with Tragedia, with Metaion, with Battle Fader. So I tune Effect Failure with Arcanite Magician, summon my level 8 Scrap Dragon, and attack, which goes through. I'm like, you know, even if he destroys it with like Sakuretsu Armor, Lightning Vortex, I can then summon Metaion the next turn. If he inflicts battle damage, I can summon Tragedia. I'm fine. So I'm not really afraid of what he's going to do. Here he has a second Lightning Vortex, so that's, I guess, a good draw on his part. He discards his Jinzo, making me think he has a few high-level monsters. He probably didn't draw very well in this whole match, because I don't think I've seen any level 4 or lower monsters. But yeah, I get Dimensional Alchemist, a card I like in this deck. I managed the top card of my deck, and then Dimensional Alchemist gains 500 attack until the end phase. So it's now at 1800 attack. And when Dimensional Alchemist is destroyed and sent from the field to the grave, you can add one of your removed from play or banished monsters back to your hand. It doesn't specifically have to be the monster you banished with Dimensional Alchemist's effect. It can also be any of your other ones. So in my case, Chaos Sorcerer, Marshmallow, Effect Veiler, or Battle Fader. I decided to go with Chaos Sorcerer because I know I have at least one light and one dark in my grave. So here I summon Chaos Sorcerer by banishing Effect Veiler and the other Sorcerer, use its effect to get rid of Jinzo, and then the plan is to then tribute summon into Caius the Shadow Monarch, use its effect to get rid of his trap, and then continue to attack for game. But here the opponent is like thinking a bit, and he sends Jinzo to the grave, and then he rage quits because he realizes probably that he can't win anymore. So that's the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you again in Duel 52. Bye-bye.